Hello, everybody. Welcome to Uncommon Analysis. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, if you haven't been paying attention, the left-wing punditry media, mainstream media, has been getting their panties in a bunch the last couple days over the House Speaker election. Now, I understand drama sells, right? And that's really what this is all about. Johnson's irritated a few people. Some Republicans are saying they may not vote for him. There are wings of the party, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. He may or may not. And the Republicans have a very tight majority. So, yes, if a couple people swing away from Johnson, then he could lose, and it might be multiple votes and all this other stuff. But there was no real risk. Or I should say, there was a very low likelihood that Johnson was going to not wind up Speaker. Yes, the Congress has a very low threshold to trigger ousting a Speaker, or at least calling for re-elections of a Speaker at this point. So whoever is Speaker is kind of beholden to the most extreme wing of the party, and that it only takes one person, right, to complain, and then you can trigger a re-election. But this was just the general election for the Speaker for the next term, right? They won, let's do it. Now, needing something to talk about, which is what 24/7 news cycles need to talk about. They had to find something to talk about, and this was, let's make this the big thing. Because, we can spin this as Trump is weak. Trump wants Johnson. Johnson looks like he's in trouble. There's people aren't committing, yada, yada, yada. So this gave them the drama. Now, yes, it was possible Johnson would lose the speakership. Yes, it could make Trump look bad if he doesn't win it. But the odds were always very, very low that Johnson was not going to wind up Speaker. But that didn't matter because, this makes Trump look bad. These people are insane. They're doing the same stuff they've been doing for 9 years, not realizing that the world has shifted beneath their feet. They don't have the influence they have. They look like fools every time they do this. More and more people laugh at them every time they do this because they end up with pie on their face more often than not. Yet it's not going to stop them because they think, we got another narrative. We can make Trump look bad. So this is CNN. And I don't know who this person is. Ashley Attain. She was a senior advisor to President Obama and Biden. Well, okay, lady, let's hear what you got to say.
This shows me is the weakness of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has endorsed Speaker Johnson. There's still 12 strongly. There's still 12 members. There's still these unknowns. There's still 12 members that aren't sure that they're going to vote for the Speaker yet. We don't know the answer to that question. Secondly, he lost the shutdown fight, the debt ceiling fight. Thirdly, Elon Musk is running the White House without even being in the White House. I mean, there's all these unanswered.
Well, to be clear, the current White House is being run by Joe Biden's unelected staff. But go ahead.
But nevertheless, but Elon Musk is calling the shots, domestically and internationally, going after some of our U.S. allies. Just recently,
who's the current president and who's in charge?
But
Can you answer?
Matter. The point is that Donald Trump is showing that he's weak. When you have somebody like Elon Musk making the decisions, I worked in 2 White Houses. No one gets ahead of the president or the president-elect, and Elon Musk is. So for me, this shows a weakness among Donald Trump, and it's not the strong footing that he would want to go in.
Okay, let's break that down. This is someone who claims she worked in 2 White Houses, one of them being the Biden administration. Yet no one gets ahead of the president after she was just called out that who's running the current administration, who's currently the president. Biden doesn't even know what day of the week it is. Biden should have never been elected. He's mentally incompetent and has been since before the 2020 election. Yet she's going to call out, Trump looks weak. Really? Because Republicans are having a moment of argument. Okay. All right. Again, that's the narrative. Anything we can try to make it look like chaos or Trump can't do the job, we're going to spin. They've learned nothing. 9 years. 2 elections. They've learned nothing. Actually, 3 elections total. They've learned nothing. They keep going back to the same playbook. Trump looks weak. Really? Okay. All right. What happened? Well, let's see what happens.
Moments later.
Say
and I'm sure he's rejoicing. This was a muscle flexing of a minority of the party, of the Republican Party. 9 members demonstrating to Speaker Johnson, we can take you down if we want to, according to the new House rules, and we can make your life very difficult. Please pay attention to us, or not please, pay attention to us.
Yeah, flexing, maybe it was a spasm. I don't know. I mean, remember, ultimately, maybe some of my colleagues here today will want to revise and extend their remarks about the relative influence of Donald Trump. He is the head of the Republican Party. He wanted Johnson. Johnson's going to get it on the first ballot after a little bit of conversation on the House floor. That is unequivocally a good thing. We're not going to sit here for 18 ballots or whatever.
Okay, so there we have it. All that drama that woman just ranted about, and Johnson wins on the first ballot. Trump's not in charge? All right. See, you got to understand these people. I figured this out a long time ago, and I think most Americans are now coming to the realization. Many have figured it out before, but I think at this point most have figured it out. The media are lying sacks of shit, particularly punditry. They need a narrative. They have a preferred narrative. I shouldn't say they need a narrative. They have a preferred narrative going in, and then they're going to spin the reality to the narrative, or by ignoring things that don't fit it, or just flat out lying about things to make it fit. Yes, a very small part of the Republicans in Congress, so said they weren't really crazy about and threatened not to vote for Johnson. And then at the end of the day, they did. Now, you may not like Johnson. I may not like Johnson. Who cares at the end of the day? He won. And he won on the first vote. And Trump made it quite clear this is who he wanted. These people don't understand politics. I swear to God, this is a White House. What was her title? A White House, I don't know, aide, counselor, whatever. And she's sitting there, Trump looks weak. Trump is weak. Really? Really? Do you understand politics at all? If you looked at what's happened to the people that have stood in Trump's way, the people that have gone against Trump, particularly in the Republican Party, and what's happened to them over the last 9 years. Trump's weak. Really. You have a president currently who literally is AWOL, who is just not there mentally, never was. You covered it up. You lied about it. This man should be in a Barcalounger with his plaid slippers eating pudding cups. He should have never been the nominee in 2020. He should have never been in the White House. This is elderly abuse. This was an illegitimate administration, and it's elderly abuse. And your party collectively lied, cheated, and stole, and the media helped you do it. And then you're going to say that the president-elect and former president looks weak because there's this little bickering that went on for a few days at the House. Now, yes, this minority is definitely like that. He flexed their muscle a little bit. They made godlessness, and the rules are such that yes, right now it takes so little to trigger an election to remove the House Speaker, which the wisdom of that is a whole other story, but it's true that small groups can cause chaos. They can cause some drama. But that's all this was a little drama, and it didn't matter. But for several days, this was the focus, and you heard that woman. Guys, these people just aren't serious people at this point. They're not. They've learned nothing. They need this. They create these narratives. They have these narratives, and they're going to just create and spin whatever they can to them. Yeah, Trump's the weak one. Trump's the weak one. Lady, I don't even know who you are. I don't even remember your name, and I just saw it on my screen 5 seconds ago. If you think Trump's weak, what the hell is Biden? Biden's still the president. Biden's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Because he knows, well, not him, the people around him know they can't march him out and put him out in front of the crowds, in front of the public, because he's a babbling moron. He's a walking vegetable. And he has been. So for anybody on the Democratic side to talk about how somebody looks weak, it's just laughable. I mean, when she was called on it by that other pundit, Jim, whatever his name is, She clearly just even concedes the point, doesn't even try to argue it. Because it's true, and she knows it's true. So I would say these people, they have learned nothing. Nothing. Trump ran right through 18 Republicans in 2016. Just bowled them all over. Top tier Republicans, ran them all over. Ran over Hillary Clinton. And just ran over the Never Trumpers again this cycle and ran right over Harris and Biden. But he's the weak one. Yes. Musk has some, Elon has some influence for sure. Is it what they want? Is it what they claim? I doubt it. It sure doesn't seem that way. Yes, he's an ally. He's certainly in there. I understand they need boogeymen because they got nothing, right? Orange Man bad didn't work. Orange Man racist didn't work. Orange Man Nazi didn't work. Orange Man fascist didn't work. So I guess now we're going to say Elon fascist, Elon Nazi, Elon whatever. I mean, I don't know. But it seems that's all they got. That's their playbook, and that's all they got. And I would advise everybody, just turn this crap off. Turn these news channels off. Like, literally. This was not that... There wasn't this big of a thing. There was no real risk that Johnson was not going to likely win the speakership. The odds were not there that this was going to happen. Could it have happened? Sure. Was it worth him? Oh my God, it could happen for 2 days. Oh my God. It's good. Trump is not in control. Which is what they've done for days now. Because that's just how these people operate. They can't help themselves. Lies are all they have. Invented drama. That's all they got. All right. So anyway. They look like fools once more. You'd think they'd learn. How many times they got to wake up with pie on their face? But they're going to keep doing it, guys. Seems like they've learned nothing. All right. That's all I got for today. Have a great one, and I am out of here.